Hey, let me get this right here. Here we go. Let's see. Okay. What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott. Just woke up, but the show must go on. And as you can see by the title below, I am going to teach you to be a great, not as good as me, okay? You're not going to be as good as Kisser as me, but you're going to be pretty damn good where he's going to be like, holy shit, okay? Now, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Just click the red button below if you want my videos right away. If you want to know more about male psychology and why guys are doing what they're doing, just don't watch the videos. Click the link or click the subscription button. Also, if you want to work with yours truly, whether it's Skype, it's email, it's my course, it's phone, worldwide, links down in the description, okay? Usually a lot of people like to do that because they have unique situations. So, here's the thing, okay? Before I jump into this, I want to give you two concepts to think about when you're doing pretty much anything with a guy, okay? And it's that men like validation and they like feedback. Kind of the same thing, but sorry, they are the same thing. They like validation and feedback and they like escalation. So, obviously, I don't want to get into detail on this because YouTube can just block this, but obviously when you're doing whatever you're doing to a guy, whether it's a first base, second base, third base, or home, you get what I'm trying to get at there. When you're a big fan, let's just say, of suckers, lollipops, you're doing your thing, that you like a guy when he is very vocal, when you see him move a squirm like you got him, right? When he's telling you, when he's giving you some type of feedback. You love that. Men are absolutely no different. Men live by a woman's validation. Men live by what you guys think of us. If a man cannot attract a woman, then by definition he's sterile. Okay, so he needs your validation. Number one. Number two, men like intensity. They like escalation, progression, moving forward. And I kind of want you to keep these two things in mind when I go over this list. So, number one, the first thing is how you use your hands. I know that sounds stupid. I know that sounds cliche, and this is going to sound really cheesy, but trust me on this. This is how men think of it. You have to use your hand, because your face, that pretty face of yours, that shit's covered. Your mouth, your lips, they're busy. You're tonsil boxing, okay? You're boxing the back of his tonsils, hopefully not, but you can't be as vocal. He doesn't see your face. He doesn't see your expression. You guys are kissing, making out, and doing your thing. So there has to be other ways for you to express your joy, your enthusiasm, okay? And I always say you kind of have to tell a story with your hands. Now it's not that I'm consciously thinking about this, it's just what I do, but you can think about it consciously. I always keep my hands pretty neutral in the beginning because they got to start somewhere, okay? I'm not just going to start them down your pants or up your shirt or whatever. Maybe, hey, I don't know, it depends on how intense it is. But I always, like for example, I will keep them on your waist or your ribs, and the more intense it gets, then maybe I'll grab and I'll start pulling you in. The more intense it gets, if my hand's on your back or neck or wherever, I'll move it up into your hair and control that head, because I know how you ladies like that head control shit. You know, it has to. The hands have to show how you're feeling. They have to escalate. They have to progress. They have to tell a story. If your hands just, I'm not saying you got to reach them down his pants or anything, no. But they do have to tell a story. They can start here and then move them down his neck and on his chest, the back of his the back of his arm, his tricep. You have to explore with your hands. And I don't mean that sexually, as in you have to go down in his. No. I just mean they have to have a goal. Okay, there has to be a story told on how you're feeling and how intense it's getting. But a lot of people don't do that. They just move their hands wherever. No. There has to be an effing story, okay? That's number one. Number two is ladies, sometimes I'll kiss a girl and she has shards of glass, aka chapped lips, sticking out I come back and I'm bleeding, right? It's like I've been to a ketchup bottle. I'm like, what the hell? Why are those things so chapped? Okay, so the second thing I want to talk about is what to do with your lips. Hopefully, for the love of God, your lips are soft. They're full. They're not chapped, because men associate roundness, fullness, curves, straight lines at the same time. I know that's kind of a contradiction, but I mean like straight lines as in like length, and then curves as in other parts of your body. We associate that with women. And if you don't have or take care of your lips, that's a problem. That is a big problem. Men do not like that. Now, what to do with your lips? I'm a big fan of moving from one lip to another. Again, if you are just kissing and it's very plain and it's very mono, one-dimensional, you don't really know what to do, then I suggest you switch from a top lip, then you move to his bottom lip, then you add a little biting, rinse and repeat. Throw a little tongue in there. Please, no deep tongue. Tongue should only be maybe like 20%, 10%. People do too. If you do a lot with your tongue, it's because you don't know what to do with your lips, okay? So that's number 2. Go here, and then maybe a little bite. Don't bite too hard, for the love of God. He only has one pair of lips. And a little 10% of tongue. 20% at most, okay? People do too much tongue, and that's because they don't know how to kiss. And thirdly and lastly, I'm going to say this. I do think this is very important. I'm going to use an analogy of texting. A lot of people will come to me, and they'll say, well, what do I text to get him to respond? And I always tell them, it doesn't matter what you text. It's what you have done up to the point of the text. All the attraction, the dates, the time you guys spent together, the context, everything you built up to that point. Because he's texting based on his interest in you, not on the questions you're asking. Because if that's the case, if you just ask, how are you? He's always going to respond, right? I mean, that's common sense. But of course, you guys come to me and you realize, oh shit, he actually doesn't respond, or he's not responding like he used to. So what I'm trying to get at is, kissing is just as important, everything you do up to kissing is just as important as the actual kiss. And a lot of people don't understand that. Like I said, it's all a story. You need to build this anticipation. You need to get a guy to want to kiss you out of curiosity, not sexuality, okay? Now, of course, the guy's always going to be like, oh my God, I want to kiss her. She's so sexy. Look at those lips, blah, blah, blah. But you got to build that intensity. You got to look at his lips. You got to, look at his eyes, look at his lips. Look at his eyes, look at his lips. You got to be flirty. You got to build that tension, that sexual tension. You got to be elusive. You got to be mysterious. You got to have him chase something. I'm telling you, I hate to say this over and over and over again, but you're telling a story. You need to build up something for him to actually chase. I tell everyone, attraction is currency. The more you have, the more you can make a guy do. So if you don't build up the intensity and then you kiss, then he's not going to feel much after the kiss. Again, it's one of those things where if you're kissing a guy, it's not how good you kiss after, where he's like, his hair's like, wow, that was an amazing kiss. No. It's everything you do up to that point and the kiss. The kiss seals the deal. The kiss is like the lock, okay? It's everything you do up to that point. But a lot of people don't understand that. It's like chore play, right? A lot of women, especially if you're married or you're living with a man, sometimes it's sexy if a guy just does chores and cleans up around the house and things like that. But you know how some guys are, they just like to get down and dirty. But some women like foreplay, they like chore play, they like getting warmed up. And this is no different. Kissing is no different. For a lot of men, if a guy just starts being very sexual with you and there's nothing you guys really built to begin with, then it's probably mostly sexual. But you want to paint this picture. You want to have a story or tension, escalation, elusivity, mysterious. You have to build something up, some type of intensity, and then the kiss, okay? So that being said, ladies, I love you. Take care and peace.